before that. I'm cutting it. It doesn't matter. Welcome to Nerd and the Noob, episode 22. I'm sick.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Nerd and the Noob, episode 22. The first and possibly not only, because this is a fancy setup if he can figure out what he's doing. And I can point to him. He's that way. This is the first digitally over-the-wire version of Nerd and the Noob. Normally we're in the same room. Now he's that way.
Yes, I am. I am totally not faking being sick. I have the flu. In fact, on my weekend chat explosion, I will go ahead and go with when I got to the doctor. First of all, first doctor I've seen in like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know they swab the flu in your nose?
I did not know that.
I'm laying down trying to take a nap, waiting for the lady to come back. And she comes in and she goes, all right, this may make you sneeze. And I'm thinking, you said swab. How deep are you going to go down my throat with this? I'm not lying. With this swab. But she ends up going, okay. And she shoves a Q-tip up each nostril.
Ow.
Which did not make me sneeze. It made me cry a little.
It made you cry a little?
And the doctor came in and she said, yeah, that tested positive for the flu before we even got it to the little device. So apparently my flu was super bad. I think we're flipped.
And whee! Wait, hold up your left hand. Totally flipped. Hang on a second.
Excuse us, we're new apparently.
There we go. Now he's over there. Now I have to point the other direction. But we are no longer flipped, and now you can see what he said. He is lying. I bought a new whiteboard.
Oh,
all right, anyways, continue on. Holidays. This is not just weekend chat. This is holidays
I know,
also.
this is holidays. Okay, so let's see here. I bought a car since last we spoke. Yay, thank you. I'm a big boy now.
He's a big boy now.
And let's see here. I did a whole lot of sleeping, a whole lot of working, because it's really all I had the time to do. I've been getting comics in steadily and reading those. I have your copy of Amazing Spider-Man. Would you like to see it?
Oh, you have my copy? I thought it was supposed to ship to me.
No, I had them shipped both to me so I could give it to you this weekend. How'd that work out?
You better bring it to me next week.
Where's my copies? Alright, so.
Oh, by the way, what's up, big man? Sorry. Yeah, he totally forgot to text you.
Yes, I dropped the ball on so many things. Is my camera out of focus to everybody or just me?
It's a general out of focusness.
Yeah,
but it's okay. We'll deal with it.
I don't know if there's much I can do about it.
Just leave it and go.
Okay.
Well, are you going to show me the comic?
Okay. This is your comic.
It is shiny. Are you facing a lamp at your face?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's going to be fun. For those of you wanting to know about this said comic, tune in next week for the Spider-Man episode?
The end of Spider-Man episode?
Sure, we'll call it the end of Spider-Man. There we go.
How about a retrospective in Spider-Man?
Okay, fair enough.
And then this is my copy, the variant cover with all of the artists and writers included in the book.
Nice.
And I will say, having already read it myself in the middle of a doctor's office, being almost 30 years old, first of all, very liberating to read a paper comic in public. It's a good book. I loved it. The art in it was good. Dan Slott is the current writer for Spider-Man, and he is fantastic. What
Next,
else?
Craig will burn his bra.
I will not burn my bra.
So what else did you do? Did you get some good presents? Yada yada yada, all that good stuff. People want to know. Do they want to know? Do we want to move on to my weekend chat and then we'll go on to the comic?
I'm sick. Go to yours.
Moving on to me. My weekend chat this weekend. I do the same thing I do every night. We try to take over the world. That just kind of flowed out very naturally. And anyways, no. Last night I was up almost 24 hours yesterday. I didn't realize it until about 3:30 this morning, when I had finally finished setting up my power grid in my FTB, Feed the Beast area, that is ridiculously overpowered, but it works. And so I got that set up, but worked on that for hours and hours and hours and hours. Let's see, what did we do for the holidays? I'm actually very glad the weekend is upon me, because I am so tired of traveling. So tired of traveling. We had to go through 1, 2, 3 different cities within the last couple of weeks, and you still get sleep when you're not around, when you're not in your own bed. So, other than that, just not a whole lot. I got a bunch of tools, but really, you know what? I think I'm ready to talk about comics. What do you think?
I'm totally ready to talk about comics.
Nerdy stuff. All right, guys. So we are moving on from Weekend Chat Explosion. You should have done an explosion.
Is there an explosion one?
I don't know. Can you find one?
I don't know. Let me look. Where's my stuff? A Google effects here. No, there's not an explosion.
Okay. All right.
Wait. Here. Boom.
Oh, got it. Okay. And another thing for Weekend Chat Explosion, we might as well tell it. He finally made the Facebook fan page. That requires a round of applause. Round of applause. There we go. He finally did it. And so now you guys can go to facebook.com/nerdandthenoob, and hopefully he's keeping up with that. Our producer, Big L Man in the chat, has apparently been pushing it like a mofo.
He has been pushing it like a mofo.
And so I'm assuming that we're probably just going to slowly and gradually push that off on him and let him take care of that.
Along with a few other people here and there, if they want to become contributors to the page on a regular basis. I also am trying to figure out a way to just let people share to the page.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
Gotcha. Well, he was talking about doing a website for us, and this is a first good step to just let him have fun with it. Let him do the design and all that good stuff. So, I just wanted to say, awesome. I've been on you for weeks and weeks and weeks to finally do that.
Yes, and now that you're off, my back feels so much better.
Oh, Lord, there he goes. He's talking about Captain America. I just want to say, I am sporting the Captain America shirt. So, I don't hate on Captain America. I just don't like the fact that there's no Captain America. Apparently, nobody dies in Captain America because everybody freezes. Just saying. All right.
Okay, fine, whatever.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the long box, and we've got a couple of different things. Like I said, next week's gonna be our Spider-Man episode. It's the big talking about the comic book, and we're gonna read that and talk about it in the long box, and probably the Noob verses will have something to do with it. This week we've got some different stuff in here that's been kind of sitting in the news for the last couple of weeks.
And by the way, if you can't tell, because I am sick and don't have the energy to be exuberant as I normally am,
apparently I'm running the show.
He is the showrunner this week, so...
The first thing on here is the possible Justice League roster. Now, I actually saw this on one of the Machinima ones. Let me pull it up. Redirecting. Who do we got? Give me the list here. Alright, so it looks like...
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, possibly including in minor appearances Alfred, Lois, and Darkseid's Elite.
Is that the chicks?
You know, I think so. Well, no, they're
lost him. We may have lost him. I don't know if I can run this show on my own. I could try.
I froze.
Yep, you there?
Yeah, I got too much crap going. Hang on.
All right, shut some stuff down.
Okay.
That was a little weird. You had me frightened. I thought I was
How
going to have
far
to
did I
try and
get?
run that on myself. You got to, I said Dark Side Elite. That's the chicks, right?
The chicks are the mother. I cannot think of her full name. Um, Mother Maggie something like. I can't remember her name. It's not a good name. Um, but
Bradley Cooper as the Flash.
that's
We'll get
her
into that.
people.
All
That's
right.
her.
All right, fair enough. Oh, and
His
I
would
will
probably
say...
be Calabac and whatever guys follow him.
Okay. Now,
Calabac is
what I
his
will
son.
say is, from what I've heard about this so far, is that the Superman is going to be the Man of Steel Superman,
Yes.
and the Green Lantern is going to be Ryan Reynolds' character. I don't know if it's going to be Ryan Reynolds, but I imagine it will be.
It'll probably here's how I'm seeing this. It will either be Hal Jordan, new
Okay.
guy, and then Ryan Reynolds be Flash, because let's face it, I've seen that pairing for
No.
10
I'm sorry.
years.
If they start pulling that mess, you can't. The man was already one superhero in X-Men. He can't be. Well, he wasn't really a superhero, but you get what I'm saying. You can't. I mean, it's like the Captain America thing. I mean, stop making them different superheroes. So I still think they should have just gone with the John. What's his name?
Stewart.
John Stewart. No, that can't be right. Isn't that the comedian?
Same thing.
Oh, okay. They should have gone with the John Stewart Green Lantern so that they could not deal with all
I
this.
disagree. My favorite Green Lantern is Kyle Rayner. So
Oh, okay.
also
Fair enough.
a Guy Gardner one would be a completely different character altogether too. So I mean that would be cool too. Guy
It's
Gardner
saying in here
and
that the Batman is going to be the strategist of the group. He's going to be
No
doesn't really want to be involved. So I'm betting he's probably the Batman's probably going to take like a more of a backseat role.
in some writings of the Justice League, Batman is only in the Justice League because he feels like he is the only person who can stop the Justice League should they go rogue.
Fair enough, and I'll give
The
him that. That and he
the
has
Tower
lots
of
of
Babel,
money.
the Tower of Babel storyline that they do, which is featured in Justice League Doom.
Wasn't that in Young Justice too?
Um,
I swear I saw a movie that said that.
it was no Tower of Babel it's the. I'm just saying. It's in that video. It's over here. That's why I keep pointing in my movies.
Anyways, moving on.
Wonder Woman. I'm thinking they need to have. Here's the question: do you want a Wonder Woman who has already been here for a while, or do you want a Wonder Woman who is fresh off of the island?
You know I'm a sucker for origin stories.
But I'm fairly certain they're gonna do a prequel thing for her and do an origin story for her.
Well, if they do that, then I think it's fine. They can come in with her established. But if they want to do it the other way, I think it'll be an interesting. It would be if they wanted to do it where she's kind of fresh off the island. I think the rawness of that could be really good, and it could translate really well into action.
Big man, that's a timeout.
All right, so moving on to what he's been doing. All right, so Superman, we already know who that's going to be. It's going to be the Zack Snyder Man of Steel Superman. We've talked about this probably 400 times. Who do you want to play Batman? If you had to pick somebody right now, who would it be?
Again, I don't know. It's been the same guy for so many years. At this
Fine,
point.
I will say what
really
everybody's
don't know.
thinking and is not willing to say. Val Kilmer, you could come back and be my Batman any day. No? Okay.
Can you ask your wife to come in the room and beat you?
I would love for... Okay, I'll do my list first. All right, so Superman, we know him. Batman, I'd like to see Christian Bale come back and do it.
He won't do it.
I know he's not going to, but shut up. This is my fantasy list. Wonder Woman, let's see. Not Megan Fox. Hmm. I always thought of Wonder Woman as somebody who was in like their late 20s,
Yeah.
early 30s. So,
Well, she doesn't have to be. She could be a teenager for all I care. Um,
I can't think of anybody for Wonder Woman.
hey, and you dye her hair, and it might work. What about that girl that was in the Sorcerer's Apprentice and Number Nine or Number Five or whatever that movie was? The blonde girl. She's actually Australian, but she does a lot of English accent stuff.
Ooh, Olivia Wilde. Oh, I could give her bigger boobs, and I like that. Olivia Wilde could work. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Olivia Wilde. Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. I like Big Man's Bradley Cooper as Flash. He's funny. He's got the look.
Theron.
He's got the look. I could go with that. Martian Manhunter. It doesn't really matter. He's gonna be green. Aquaman.
Yeah, but I know who can be Martian Manhunter because he does a lot of good work like that, and he's already bald. The dude that was the dude
Michael
that played the
Fassbender.
Mummy. No, the dude that played the Mummy.
That played the Mummy.
Yeah, the dude that was actually the Mummy, who was
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Okay, that could work. Aquaman equals Leo DiCaprio.
I'd watch that.
Too many
No,
bad jokes there.
I'd watch
I
that.
like Leo
I'd
DiCaprio. Like I've watched Catch Me If You Can several times.
Do you want the newer version that they're using now, shorter hair, all appendages still there, or are you wanting like long-haired King of the Sea, our Justice League cartoon growing up?
Which one's not useless?
Neither one. The new one is actually apparently really badass.
Well, then let's go with the new one.
Okay, then who would be? Because he's got to be big, strong, swimmer body.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, we've got it. Just dye his hair blonde.
Dude, it would work. He'd be like, "Look, it's Aquaman." Blah, 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 blah. He's gone. It'd be good. I like it. All right, so then let's see, blah 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 blah. Alfred, obviously the same guy. Lois Lane, I will forever think of the chick from Smallville as Lois Lane. She's so smoking hot, so I could keep her. And Darkseid's Elite, I've got no idea. But Manhunter, I can see the guy. I don't know if I'd like him as that though. I don't know.
He's got a deep voice. He could do that. I can totally see Manhunter doing something of an accent too.
Possibly.
But I mean, he's bald. Besides, the Manhunter, he either forms into the shape of a detective a lot of times,
Right.
or he can do a lot of shape shifting as a complete and utter.
Oh, what about the guy that played Mr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan?
That was a lot of CG on that guy, though.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of emotion.
Well, I don't think Martian Manhunter has a whole lot.
Manhunter is considered the conscience of the League.
Well, anyways, apparently no director's currently attached to the film, but Will Beal from Gangster Squad is writing the script. I like that. I want to see a dark... I like seeing these darker versions of everything. I still say the Man of Steel trailer where he's like, "What did you want me to do? Let the people die?" And he's like, "Maybe." I'm like, "Oh my god, you should have just told him to kill somebody." I got so I totally fanboyed over stuff like that. It was redonkulous. So, all right. So, do you have anything to add to the Justice League movie roster, or anything to that for right now?
I mean, I don't know about everybody thinks Darkseid's going to come in right away. I agree. I think the Darkseid Elite, Calabac and stuff like that has traditionally been a big hulking creature of a guy, like a Hulk-sized creature.
Mm-hmm.
So but he's completely flesh toned, a little Robin Williams hairy-esque.
Okay.
Like more hair than skin.
Quit yawning, by the way. You're killing me.
Sickly.
You're killing me.
but
Thanos is dark side.
no, Thanos is better than Darkseid, is what that says.
Oh. Alright. Well, I mean, either way, Justice League roster, I think that's awesome. That was, when we talked about this a few weeks ago, I think that was my list, wasn't it? Was there anybody? I don't think I added anybody, except I'd like to see maybe Green Arrow, but I don't want to see the young Green Arrow. I'd like to see maybe the 35-year-old.
One.
Yeah, the one he's got a little bit of a beard going on. I like that version of Green Arrow.
Green Arrow will not make it into this because this is building up to be a more cosmic-esque movie, and the expended. I can't talk.
Extended?
Yeah, that word. Roster, it will not feature in this movie. I mean, maybe ones and twos here and there, you know, one here, one there, something like that, but no.
I got you.
I don't see it happening.
Alright, so we're going to move on to the next thing, and this is going to be, I think, more of you. Haley Atwell will not return to Captain America. I'm assuming that was the chick that played the military girl?
Yeah, she played Peggy.
Okay.
And a lot of people were talking about having her come in and be Sharon Carter, which would have been the female lead for the new movie.
If you can read the chat on the screen, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, Big Man's apparently a little angry about this part.
Oh, do you have the chat going on the screen?
Yeah. Alright, so here's what the story says. It's been a while since we've heard casting news for Captain America. It was rumored for a long time that Haley Atwell would reprise her role as Peggy Carter in the sequel, but she has now told Time Out that she won't be returning. She won't. She confirms be back for the latter sequel, which moves the action into the present day. Thank you, Jesus. Many months ago, the rumors began to circulate about who would be playing the female lead, which is rumored to be Sharon Carter, the niece of Peggy Carter. Why is it the niece and not the daughter?
You know, I don't even think it's the niece. Everybody keeps saying niece. I'm thinking daughter or granddaughter because he was asleep for 70 years. I don't know why everyone keeps saying niece.
Right.
But it's gonna be her granddaughter at the best. Because niece would even put Sharon Carter at, you know, I don't know, probably close to 40s and 50s at that point.
Right. I don't know. So that's probably a typo in this. And by the way, I think Teresa Palmer was the one you were talking about earlier. The I Am Number 4, the blonde.
Yeah.
So she's actually in the running for Sharon Carter. Allison Brie, Imogene Poots. Why would she not change her name? That better not be her stage name. But like, who picks a stage name of
Allison
Poots?
Brie, you'll see who that is later because she's actually featured in the short box.
Okay, so on the note of the Captain America, then what if the story's not going to be a flashback movie?
No, it is definitely not going to be a flashback movie.
Then. Well, see, I was assuming it was going to still be a flashback movie.
No, it is not a period piece anymore. This time it's featured around... I don't know if it's going to feature after New York or if it's going to be prior... No, it definitely has to be after New York. I take that back. Okay, Winter Soldier is Bucky Barnes.
Right. He's the Russians' version of America.
That's not a spoiler. That's, you know, if you haven't read a Captain America book or seen anything about it, Bucky Barnes was Captain America at one point. Remember when Captain America didn't die?
Oh yeah, the ice bullet thing. Gotcha. Yeah, let's not have that conversation.
Time bullet. Anyway,
time bullet. I'm sorry. Same damn thing.
The story behind that is that they're running through. The Russians find him, and they bring him out early and train him and then keep putting him back in hibernation. So he doesn't actually not die from being in cryo for, 70 years. He comes in and out of cryo kind of like a Demolition Man type thing. Like they train him and they freeze him,
So they're brainwashing him.
Yes.
Okay.
And because even in the comic books, Bucky was on a level of as skilled as Captain America. Not as powerful because to stay in that kind of peak condition, it would require the serum, but he was just as skilled as Cap, uh, fighting.
Right.
And so that's what, except he has no problem, he has no problem killing with
Guns.
extreme prejudice.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't have much to add to it. I don't think I necessarily mind her not coming back.
No, I completely disagree. Like I thought it would be a really cool change her hair color instead of having her be, the lighter brunette or lighter, dirty blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Have her be straight blonde or straight brunette and bring her back as Sharon. I thought that would have been so much cooler to have that resemblance for him. I thought, even as a even as a uh,
I'm listening.
I'm thinking of the word, as a memory thing. Seeing her, he would kind of, freak out a little bit, even after everything he's been through, including New York.
Right. That makes sense.
So, I mean, it's going to feature a couple of other bad guys here. It's already, it's going to feature Crossbones, which do your homework on because, to be completely honest, I don't know a whole lot about that bad guy. It's also going to feature Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, which I'm super excited about.
Uh-huh.
Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson, Colby Smulders. Um, it's just a lot of good characters are going to return and new ones are going to come back in this, but I'm really actually very sad that she's not going to be asked to come back for this.
I'm okay with it. I think they tear these movies up enough anyways, but I'm alright with it. So, alright, well, moving on to the next story. The next story is that a dying fan gets early screening of new Star Trek movie. So, what the story says is 8 days ago, and at the time of this story, so I don't know, when was this published? On the 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
So, 11 days ago, a user on Reddit posted a story about his dear friend, a lifelong Trekkie named Dan, who has been diagnosed with 2 forms of cancer. That sucks. Dan and his wife went to see The Hobbit, hoping to see the Star Trek Into Darkness prologue, but unfortunately, it wasn't screened with the show they saw. Not long after this, Dan doctors gave him just a few weeks to live. I don't know. Just bite me, Chris. It didn't take long. Apparently, what happened is this post got the attention of J.J. Abrams, and so he set up a screening for Dan and his wife to watch. To see the prologue. But to see the prologue of the new Into Darkness, Star Trek Into Darkness. They actually got to see the entire film.
Yeah, he showed him what the entire film minus some of the tweaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do have to say that this is almost the part of this is almost directly out of the movie Fanboys, which is Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
One of their friends is dying, so they try to break into Lucas, the Skywalker Ranch,
Right.
to see episode 1, and then they find out that and then they know that the kid is dying, so they let the one kid see it.
Right.
But still, no. Big Man says, J.J. Abrams is a good dude. He is definitely the fact. Proves a couple of things. First of all, Reddit is not just a vapid waste of space, like a lot of internet forums are.
Right.
It is done good in a lot of places. A couple of different things I've seen. But this is really good that a guy who has been a lifelong fan can get the attention of someone who is this busy and stuff like that to go see something like this or do something that is important to him.
Yeah. Well, what I like is the fact that this probably didn't cost the company any money. It was like they got to go sit down in somebody's private screening room and watch
Well, I
this.
thought it was in his screening room.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure he didn't fly him to wherever Abrams lives. So I mean, I think it's a really good thing. And that's one thing I like about the internet is I've been seeing these stories all the time, and it's stuff like this happens all the time. You know, somebody gets on there and wants support for this, or somebody's dying, or some kid, something like that, and it just like blows up.
Yeah.
And so I really like things like this. Now, what I was going to ask you, and we talked about it for a few minutes. We're just nerdy style here, not, I want to grab Megan Fox's boobs, something. Just nerdy style. If you were dying in 2 weeks, what would you want to do?
I said it when I got my job. No kidding. This is the exact same answer I gave when they asked me who would I have dinner with, dead or alive, if given the chance, and I said it would be Mark Hamill. I would have a meal or spend a day with Mark Hamill for 3 reasons. One, he is a huge comic book fan. First of all, he writes his own comic books.
Right.
2, Luke Skywalker.
Right.
Number 3, the Joker.
Right.
I could sit there for an entire day, an entire week. I could spend my last 2 weeks listening to the dude talk about all of his stories about being the Joker and Luke Skywalker, and just voice acting. He's done so much other stuff.
Right.
That would be mine. Like, hey, dude, you took, and I look at him as like he took a role that was originally slated for one movie. Because they didn't even know that the first one was going to do anything. George Lucas paid for it all himself.
Right.
That's and so he took what was supposed to be one movie, one part, and helped turn that into a franchise, and then that franchise into a career, and then went on to create another career completely out of the Joker.
Right.
For the better part of 20 years.
All right. I'll give you that one.
That's a hero thing for me. He took what literally was given in some ways, the amount wise, and turned it into so much more every time.
All right. Well, that's a good answer. I'll give you that one. I've been trying to think mine up, and if I had to think about it like right now, I think I want to do something that would be memorable. Obviously, memorable for 2 weeks is not really. That's not even a thing. So I'd want something to preserve, just preserve and just show epic. So I would want to find a way to be put in an Iron Man suit, and then put on or a Batman suit or whatever, any of these suits, and then get on some of these wires and just be ran around and record it. Be in one of the movies or something like that. Because I just something for when you think about people dying, it's a very sad thing. If I were to call you tomorrow and say I'm dying in 2 weeks, it would be a very sad thing. But if the last thing I did was go on to the Iron Man set, put on a set of Iron Man armor, or take the
I'm sorry. I think it would be more epic to have the YouTube video of you running away from security in Iron Man armor. I'm dying! Get away! Repulsor lifts work!
Something. It's something I'd like to do, like the movie scene or something. Have them professionally record it, and I'm shooting and all that. With the mask open so you can see it's me. I think something like that to give to the family would be, to me, something worth it, so that instead of recording a videotape of me dying in a bed or something like that, they'd be like, here, throw this in, and it's just having fun being Iron Man.
You could always have the arc reactor turn off as you die.
There you go. See, it could be poetic. So something along those lines.
Morbid, at this point.
I could have gone Star Wars, been like, yeah, put me in a Darth Vader suit, and I'd be like, I'm dying. Something weird like that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, unless you've got anything to add to the early screening,
No.
you good? All right, guys. Well, then we're gonna call that to the end to the long box. I hope you have enjoyed the long box. Next thing up is we've got the comic of the week. This was my pick,
Go for it.
and it was New Avengers Volume 3, Number 1. Now, this was heavily Black Panther. I know. There you go. There's a cover. You can kind of see it. I know very very little about the Black Panther. Like I'm trying to figure out where he's got all this tech. Don't even bother trying to explain it because I have no idea.
A vibranium meteor hit Wakanda, and they learned to use it.
Isn't that the stuff the Captain America shield's made of?
Yes.
Okay. So here. Okay. So what? They started out with a thing from the New Avengers, and I've got that book somewhere over there. And this one is called. This is called New Avengers Illuminati.
There you go.
And so what I'm thinking is they've decided to get the New Avengers together, or he's called upon them to help get rid of this incursion, I guess, kind of.
He has? No, he didn't do it.
Well, that's what it looked like at the end.
No. Oh, you mean at the end? Yeah, I guess he called the Illuminati. The New Avengers is a different team. The Illuminati are basically the heads of the world. You've got Charles Xavier. Originally, it was Charles Xavier, Iron Man, Namor, Doctor Strange. Forgive me, I don't know.
Namor, that's the one I couldn't think of earlier. But anyway, so all in all, for me, the art was really, really good.
Oh yeah, art is definitely fantastic in this.
I really liked the art in it. The story was, and I kind of agree with what you said. It was kind of light. Like it was just.
I just didn't like it. I guess it was the setup to what New Avengers is going to be.
Right.
And I could not stand it. I hated this story. There was so much weird, like, where the heck did this planet that was all of a sudden hanging over Wakanda come from? And why all of a sudden did it go boom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a very confusing book. I probably will continue to read it because I like Avengers stories, especially the new Avengers stories. So, excuse me. We'll just have to see how that goes, and the yawn train continues, and yours is done. Okay. This book was written by Jonathan Hickman. Why does that name sound from?
Jonathan Hickman.
Isn't he a fantasy writer?
No, he just writes a whole bunch of comic books.
Okay, no, I swear I think I've read that name before.
Jonathan Hickman just came off of a big Fantastic Four run.
I've heard that name.
He's done some other books that are really good. Actually, most of his books are really good. This isn't even his main title. I'm trying to think of what he's on, what his main title is. But
so here's the thing: I don't even really like Black Panther. I think that's one of those ones that's kind of a blah because, like, you've got Batman takes care of Gotham City, Superman takes care of Metropolis. But
he's a king.
But these guys those guys at least get some kind of outside help. This guy, they're not outside help. They will help outside if need be. He doesn't. I just don't like it. So it's not. I honestly, I think 1 out of 5. I'd probably give this like a 2.
Yeah, 2 for
because
me.
Of the art
was the only saving grace on it. I mean, the writing itself was okay, but I mean, I didn't like the story.
Yeah, I don't think the story fit.
Which really saddens me because Jonathan Hickman is a good writer. I mean, if you look, let's see here. Recent stuff, he's been on Avengers vs. X-Men, he was a writer on. Fantastic Four, FF, The Manhattan Project is something of his.
Right.
Secret Warriors, Comicsology app, get it. Um,
So, you know what, guys? I think this may be the first one we've read where we have said no.
no, don't. I mean,
And I mean, unless you're just a giant Black Panther fan, this story doesn't make much sense at all.
no, I didn't. I mean, maybe it builds off of that Illuminati story.
So I will probably continue, at least get another probably two issues just to see where that Illuminati goes from. But really, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. So, all right, well, that completes the comic of the week. Now we're going to move on to the Noob verses. And since you're sickly and I had to do this all by myself up here, then I'm going to force you to choose first.
Okay, I'm choosing first. Fine. I don't know why fine. Okay. My choice is General Zod.
Wow. Okay, so we're going on the
Kneel
level.
before me.
We're going kind of secondary level.
No, Zod is like a high-end Superman bad guy.
Okay, all right.
He just always gets put back in the thing.
Okay, so
There's a good suggestion for you.
then I like that one. Hang on, I'm trying to think. I try not to look at the screen. So somebody that could go against it, they've got to have some kind of strength with them.
Well, it's the comic books. Everybody's got an amount of strength.
You know what? I think I like Big Man's suggestion. I think I'm going to go with Doctor Doom. I like it. I think it works. He's
So
just
a big
evil
DC
enough.
bad guy versus a big Marvel bad guy.
Doctor Doom for me?
Dr. Foon?
Shut up. Just because I typed it wrong doesn't mean they don't know what I'm typing. And you picked Zod. We're just going to say Zod. So Zod versus Doctor Doom is the Noob versus for this week. Please don't forget to vote.
I got Zod because he's maniacal. He's a general. He's smart, super strong, always worried about getting revenge on Superman and doesn't care who is in the way.
Okay, so now I already see that I can win.
No moral compass.
All right, Doctor Doom, he is not just a general, he's a president of Latveria, or whatever he is over there. He essentially owns the place. So he's got his own country. He, too, moral compass, kind of askew. Little problems there. And even if he's not superhuman, he still gives the Fantastic Four a run for their money every time. So I say that he will scientifically come up with a way to put Zod back in a mirror.
That's just not. No.
Yep. I think all that Doom would do he would go to Metropolis, or I'm sorry, go to Superman's hideout, steal the mirror, and put Zod back in the mirror. And he takes on 4 superheroes at a time, not just one. So, what? I think I win that. So, all right, I'm going to let you start off the short box.
All right, hold on one second. Oh, head itches. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. All right, first thing in the short box is a couple of people that have been put on the short list for the StarLord. I got one of these from Futurama? From Newsarama, and the other one from Superhero Hype. You can see them in the thing below. I'm not even going to look at them because I know who these guys are. First one is JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which freaks out a lot of people because that's yet another person that's going from one universe to the other.
No, see, I'm okay with that because he didn't play.
No. Everyone, everyone gives crap about people being other superheroes.
He wasn't a superhero in Batman. He wasn't even Robin. He was a cop. So, bite me. He can go and be whoever he wants to be. I
The
just don't know
second
who
person
StarLord
up
is.
for it is Michael Rosenbalm. And without looking at the article, do you know who that is?
Yeah, it's Lex Luthor.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Do you also know that he's been the voice of Flash for a very long time?
Did not know that until you showed me that awesome short with him and the guy who does the Superman
Nathan
voice
Fillion
and
and
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion and oh, good lord, I know his name. I just can't think of it right now. Um, I can actually, to be completely honest, I'm going into the Guardians. Like I have had plenty of chance to go buy a couple of trades of them to figure out who the characters are. I'm going into this superhero movie. I'm going to go in oblivious.
I like that idea because I don't know anything. I want to see who they cast as the tree.
Yeah, the tree might be. What
Or
about?
wait, who are they going to cast as the squirrel? I say they change his hair color and let Rocky Raccoon do it.
I was going to think of the voice. The guy Teal'c could be the voice of the tree.
Okay, if you mean from Stargate,
Yeah.
but my brain went Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate. Okay, all in like that half split a second there.
Although he's already voiced one Marvel bad guy,
I remember who did he voice?
Magneto in X-Men Evolution.
Okay, that doesn't count. It was a cartoon. While it was
that
very
is one of the
good,
better ones.
well, that doesn't count. So, with this being the short box, we're not going to get really, really deep into it, but we wanted you guys to see the story. So, don't forget to click the links below in the description. Moving on to the next thing in the short box. Next thing in the short box is Beast gets a makeover. Oh my god!
Now you have to look at the picture, dude, because it is super weird. I have not read this issue yet. I've been reading All New Xmen in issue form, so I've been ordering them. So I'm getting them, a few weeks later, whatever. But the top picture is what Beast has looked like up to now. Very lion style, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden he looks like a Yeti.
Right.
I don't get it. You need to throw this up on the screen and let everyone else look at it.
Alright, hang on a minute. I gotta get there. There's that. Alright. Add screen region.
And to everybody who's come in the chat in the last few minutes, hello, Blue Moon and Randy.
There you go.
Can they see
So,
it?
wait, now, who is the guy on the left then?
That's, okay, that's 3 versions of Beast.
Okay.
The one on the left, bottom left, is Hank McCoy from the original crew.
Right.
The original Hank McCoy.
Okay.
The one on the right is apparently the most current version in that series, at least. And the one above is what he has basically looked like for the last several years. And I agree with what everyone in the chat is saying. No. What the heck happened to him? Although I will say, spoilers, it is revealed that one of the reasons that he brings the old X-Men to the future or to the present,
right,
is because he's dying. So this could be I have to look like this because I'm dying thing.
I think they should keep the man version. I think it's kind of nice looking. It works. I don't know. It works for me.
What, the big one?
The one on the left.
No, I mean he'll never go back to that. Beast has been blue for years and years now. He'll be furry and blue for forever, I think.
Okay. I don't like the new. And he's like his nose looks kind of weird. He's got.
Granted, this is one shot of him, so
his head looks just kind of weird. It's weird all around. If you want to see it and you can't see it right now, oh Lord, have mercy! I've got too much stuff going on. Oh look, it's in the short box. Remove. I said remove. There we go. All right, so that's gonna move on to the next thing. I'll let you do this one because I don't know a thing about it.
It's okay. There's only one person in the chat that I think will actually enjoy this. I did it just for Big Man. Ghost Recon movie is also in the works from Ubisoft. Now I've played Ghost Recon. really good game, really good shooter, way too realistic for me. Like, I've been shot, I'm dead. That's it. You know, one time, if you get shot in the leg, you can't move. It's one of those hard things. But I think a video game company doing a how do they put it? Um, military style realistic movie
Uh-huh.
will be badass.
Yeah, I like it. It looks this.
I mean, the screen cap itself looks really cool. Um, it doesn't. There's nobody attached to it yet. But the head of Ubisoft Motion Pictures, which apparently that is a big thing now, like they have their own motion picture place now.
Right.
Has said that he's putting together a pitch to get our Ghost Recon movie out there. So that's to look forward to.
Nice. All right. So go check out that link. Read the story on it. Next thing on here is new animated Justice League designs.
Go for it.
Let's see if I can pull it up. I hadn't seen this yet. So let me shrink this just a little here, right there. We're gonna add this to the screen region. These look pretty cool. I actually like these. I think I like the Superman the best.
Really?
Yeah, me personally, I think I like the Superman.
I'm kind of liking the Cyborg is the only one I don't like.
Yeah, he looks more robot than human, and I always thought he was supposed to be kind of half and half.
Well, 3/4 and a quarter. I think most of them become Cyborg at some point. Although, if you keep scrolling down, I'm liking the Flash. The lines make him run faster.
Yeah. Aquaman, is it just me, or does Aquaman look really short?
He does look very short, but he also has mutton chops, which I'm not sure what's going on with that.
And then you've got, what is that, Darkseid?
Darkseid at the top and Ocean Master.
Oh, please tell me that's Aquaman's bad guy.
That is, I think it's his brother.
Wow. That is hilarious. Or maybe that's, what they call it, Manatee?
No, it actually, if you scroll over it, it shows, if you just put your mouse over it, it tells you his name.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Ocean Master.
Ah, got it. Okay. All right. Cool. No, I like it. I think it looks good.
Just me, and I know she's supposed to be Amazonian, but look at the legs on Wonder Woman compared to everybody else. They're just obscenely long.
That, and I think her thighs are really thick. Wonder Woman looks a little jaundiced. Yeah, guys. So, guys, click the link for this. This is a really good picture, though.
Granted, though,
like the Superman for me, like the Superman, that's George Clooney 20 years ago. I have a thing for George Clooney. I don't know if I was going to be.
Many people have a man crush on George Clooney.
Okay, I'm just making sure. But I like that suit, I think, better than all of them. I don't like the Batman glowing eyes. It kind of looks like Martian Manhunter's wearing a loincloth. I like Flash. I think Aquaman's a little short.
Well, see, in the whole team up thing right there, they're all fairly the same height. Although Wonder Woman is a little bit shorter, and I think that's crap because she's as tall as Superman, if not taller, because she's Amazonian.
Right, I agree. Remove. There we go. All right, so yeah, cool picture. All right, so I'll let you take the next one.
The next one is, I'm not going to play the video on it, but it is first gameplay footage from The Walking Dead Survival Instinct FPS. And I had a lot of high hopes for this, but I'm really hoping it gets better because I did watch through the video a little bit.
Right.
And I guess I need to have a first person, on hands experience of it because I was not impressed. Not at all what I expected. I was thinking more Modern Warfare meets Walking Dead.
Right.
And I think you just get like a basic first-person shooter,
right?
Zombies. Although, like I said, it's very quick. I mean, to their credit, though, there is no dramatization to it. You know, they didn't know a whole lot of animatics to show it off.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
all right. Well, we'll put the video in the description below so you guys can go watch that. All right. So the next thing on here is Alison Brie as a hot Captain America. And I know you're going to make me show this, aren't you?
You might as well. This is one of the girls that's up for Sharon Carter, and I actually think she would be a good Sharon Carter, but
Sorry, I was looking.
yes.
Let's make that a little smaller. It's a good. I mean, I've been seeing all this stuff about Allison Brie lately. She just doesn't do it for me.
I don't know. I like her cap. I'm telling you that right now. I love her. Whoever photoshopped a version of her in as Captain America did a dang fantastic job. And actually, you do notice that she's also wearing the Iron Man glove for some reason.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
It kind of looks like an Iron Man glove anyway. Um,
I just don't. I mean, she just doesn't do anything for me. Man, that's me being weird, I guess. But you know,
well, there's a
Allison
female
Brie,
Captain America in the future.
Allison Brie. This is a PG show, so kind of. Like I said, doesn't do anything for me. She's hot, or she's cute, but
and I did
to
get
me
that off
she's
the
not.
source fed, though.
To me, she's not hot.
Speaking of which, if you look on this on that website, the source fed video from today shows all of them photoshopped in as the superheroes.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's funny. I haven't noticed that yet. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Alright, so, and it looks like we got 2 things left. Both of them are trailers. We'll just let you know there's a new Die Hard trailer, and then a Dark Knight 2
good.
Part 2. What?
Dark Knight is the animated one.
Oh, okay, the animated. Gotcha.
They split it up into 2 parts. The first part I loved. It's the Frank Miller story.
Right, is that the guy with the...
Yes, it's old Batman. Like,
right. 60s.
Yeah, at least. And the female Robin. The kind of nerdy chick Robin.
Right.
Good movie in my opinion. The first part was. The second part's got him going up against older, I guess you'd say, Superman. Right. So I've got high hopes for that.
It works. But then all right, well, I just was curious. I hadn't seen that before. So, all right, guys. Well, I will let you do the exit. We made that almost just an hour.
Did we?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
10 o'clock.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back. For those of you who are watching, who are seeing this, we will be doing the normal stuff. So if you do this on podcast, if you listen to it on audio, we will be doing it regularly, hopefully starting next week. I did not plan on getting the flu this week. Believe me, I tried to talk my boss out of sending me home Wednesday, and I tried to talk the doctor out of keeping me out of work on Friday, but it just was not happening. But there's a bunch of places to check us out. You can download the podcast on iTunes and Android and anywhere else that you can get a podcast. You can check us out on Twitter, on Facebook. You can on Twitch. Everything's Nerd and the Noob. Nerd and the Noob. NERDANDTHENOOB. Not NEWB. We don't spell it that way.
So make sure to check us out on, like you said, Facebook, iTunes, Twitter, and Android. You can also, in the links below, go check out the first Nerd and the Noob t-shirt designed by our very own Nerd. He's been playing with a program called GIMP. And so there's a link down there below for that. Please don't forget to go like and subscribe the YouTube videos. Don't forget to leave reviews on iTunes, retweet it on Twitter. Let everybody know that it's out there. Go check out the Facebook page, all of that good stuff. And you can email us at nerdandthenoob@gmail.com.
I am also gman0184 on Twitter.
And I am OPEC_mango on Twitter.
And please, if you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, get the nerd word out, and, let us be heard.
So, guys, thanks for coming. Peace.
Out.
I hate you.
Even at a distance, I'm still going to do it. Everybody, stay epic.